Canada took on Argentina for the second time in the 2024 Copa America, and they once again fell 2-0, this time in the semifinals, which means they will play in the third place match on Saturday. So I'm coming at you guys with my 5 takeaways from the match. Hopefully you guys are excited, and if you are, let's get into the episode now. Let's begin with my very first takeaway, which is the fact that I actually like Canada's first half. I was really nervous about that opening 10 to 15 minutes. I thought the occasion would get to them again, Argentina would score, and just really kill any momentum Canada would have. Now, Argentina did score in that first half, but I really liked Canada's response. They grabbed possession, they were working the ball around, they did have that really late opportunity from Jonathan David, and I honestly had some hope going into that second half that Canada could find the equalizer. Now, the opening 10-15 minutes, once again, made me a little nervy going into the second half, and rightfully so. Argentina got that second goal, really killed the game. Canada was sloppy, the passes were just off, the first touch was pretty poor throughout the team. And yes, later in the game, Argentina, when they pretty much thought the game was over, were a little sloppy themselves towards the end. Canada had a couple chances, couldn't really take it, and at the end of the day, they fell to a comfortable 2-0 win, and Argentina moves on. For takeaway number 2, it's been a theme throughout this tournament. Canada really struggled to create chances, and when they do create chances, they don't put the ball in the back of the net. For a long spell throughout this game, they did not test Emi Martinez at all. I mean, they really didn't until the last 10 or so minutes, and again, that's just because Argentina were being sloppy. They created nothing, they offered nothing. It was really frustrating. I've had issues in wanting to see a bit of a tweak to try to find a way to create something, and Jesse Marsch just kind of stuck with that 4-2-2. It wasn't really working. We created no chances, and then when we do, we don't put the ball in the back of the net. And there was some good looks. Argentina basically were telling them, hey guys, here's the ball. We're going to give it to you. Try to score. And we were missing opportunities. And it's just a struggle. It's hard to imagine that this 4-2-2 is the answer going forward. I know that we were able to squeak out matches against Chile, Peru, Venezuela. But when you're up against a top-notch team like Argentina and you don't take these chances and you struggle this much to create, you have to find different ways to change things up, and I really think Jesse Marsch, I know he came into the job late, but I feel like he struggled to do that this tournament. For takeaway number 3, I'm going to look at game management, beginning with the starting 11. Now, I in no way thought the starting 11 was going to be anything else. I put out my predicted starting 11. It was the 4-2-2. I did really like it. However, as you've probably noticed, I've mentioned that 4-2-3-1, a 3-player midfield with Kone, Osorio would be great in there, Eustachio. I just feel like it makes more sense, especially because I mean, like when we do create chances, our strikers are having a difficult time putting the ball in the back of the net. And I just felt like this system will work with this team as well. I know Larin and David are crucial to the way Jesse Marsch wants to play. Their off-the-ball presence is fantastic, but I just had big question marks. But I understood that we were probably going to begin with this 4-2-2. However, leading into this match, once the substitutions happened, I was flabbergasted to see Jonathan David get pulled off instead of Kyle Larin. Now, Kyle Larin has taken a lot of heat from the Canadian fan base. I've been hard on him myself, but it's mainly because I'd expect a little bit more when it comes to the finishing part, because he's had chances throughout this tournament. He cannot take them. The only praise I've really given him is the fact that he's great in terms of what Jesse wants him to do off the ball. That's pretty much it. It's tough watching Kyle Larin this game, especially when he's had the ball and Canada is got momentum and they're heading towards the Argentine back line, and a pass goes to Kyle Larin because he's trying to receive it. A little bit of hold-up play, and then he makes the wrong pass and just kills everything we had going. And he's done it a few times. He is good at hold-up play when we saw the Jonathan David goal, but he was struggling throughout this match, which made me think that when the first substitution was going to happen, bring on Tanny for a different profile if you want to keep the striker. Bring on Osorio, go to the 4-2-3-1. And he leaves Larin on, he brings off Jonathan David. And then on the flip side of things, if there's an opportunity that falls Canada's way at some point, whether it's falls to David or Larin, who do you trust? And I trust Jonathan David every time. Larin's been poor this tournament finishing, and I didn't understand it. I didn't mind some of the other substitutions, but that one took me off. And when Tanny came on, he did create chances. He didn't put any away, so I mean, I can't say too much, but he was creating chances, and he was being a problem. And I just feel like that big profile of a striker, that would have been a more of a like for Kyle Larin. And instead, they took off Jonathan David. I just didn't understand it. I didn't like it. However, if, of course, David had a knock, that would make more sense. And I just feel like the substitutions kind of came at the wrong time. At halftime, I would have maybe brought a little bit more life into the team as well. However, that may have been, maybe it was a Liam Miller for Richie Larea, who wasn't having a great time. I just wasn't crazy about it, and I hope going forward we may see something a little bit different from Jesse. For takeaway number 4, I'm going to leave it to you guys in the comment section, because a lot of you guys have mentioned in the comment section, hey Josh, mention the refs. Man, like, the reffing has not been great, and I just completely avoided it because, you know, we've made it to the semifinals here, and the refs haven't really punished us. No, I don't think they punished us in this game. I just want to put that out there. I don't think we deserve to beat Argentina, and, you know, we're going out. But I do want to throw some, you know, just some interest out there, because there's a good debate I had on X. Alphonso Davies went out injured. That sucks. I hope he's okay. He was smiling at the end of the game. He was walking around, so hopefully that's a good sign. However, I thought it was a dirty challenge. I know he got the ball, but just because you get the ball doesn't always mean it's not going to be a foul. It was a hard, reckless challenge, and he hurt the player. I feel, if anything, that's a yellow. Let me know down, because I've seen a lot of debate on this. And on the flip side of that, I mean, like, Rodrigo de Paul, I think he got a few yellow cards. He's a frustrating player. I mean, he had a pretty good match in terms of being a bit of a disturber, but, I mean, that one challenge that came out on him and was barely touched, and it was a yellow. And I want to hear what you guys think. I don't think the refs have been great throughout this entire tournament. I don't think that they were great today for Canada. It's not the reason we lost, but I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Do you think the challenge on Alphonso Davies was a yellow card, or do you think it was a clean challenge? Let me know. The refs weren't great, but it's fine. My final takeaway will be a good one. I want to end on a high note, and that is Ismail Kone, who I thought was excellent. He was by far Canada's best player, and I loved it, because when I was putting up my predicted starting 11, I had Kone in there because I just didn't think it made any sense to play a two-man midfield against Argentina with Eustachio and Osorio. We needed Kone in there, and he delivered. Now, I don't know if the poor performance throughout this tournament came because of the move to Marseille, or just he was having a couple off games. But when we watched him against France, he was unbelievable, and we saw a lot of that in this match. The way that he received the ball and he would have these driving runs and make the right decision, the right pass. He was a little bit all over the place, and he kind of was trying at the end of the game to take the game on for himself, to create chances. I loved his game. It was a complete performance from him. I know he got a little bit of frustration there when he kicked the ball at Rodrigo de Paul, and I hope Rodrigo's okay. Obviously, that was a tough one there, but he was great, and it was awesome, and it was fantastic to see. I am so happy that Kone got the move to Marseille. This is a big performance, and hopefully he can continue it, because we do still have a third-place match. And if you told me at the beginning of this tournament, Josh, Canada will be playing in that third-place match, I would take it, and I want to win it, and I really hope we do. So there's more content coming here on the channel. We got a great guest coming on for the preview for whoever we play in the third-place match, and we'll have the pre-match stream, and we'll have the 5 takeaways. I want to treat the third-place match like it matters, because it really does. So I also want to thank you guys, because we did hit 10,000 subscribers, so you guys have been fantastic throughout this entire tournament. I know this match didn't go the way we wanted to, but there's still another match to come, and I'm excited for it. So let me know down in the comment section, guys, what you thought of my 5 takeaways, what takeaways you had from the match, and of course, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, we'll see you soon. Cheers, friends! Exciting news for the channel. I'm thrilled to announce that JJD TV is partnering up with BetStamp and SignUpExpert. This opens up an incredible opportunity for you to join up with some of my favorite sports books to get the best odds and user offers throughout Copa America. Head over to my dedicated page at signupexpert.com/JJDTV to explore a selection of sportsbooks tailored to your region, each with unique offerings. If you're ready to take your sports betting to the next level throughout this tournament and want to show some love for the channel, I highly recommend you signing up for your next sportsbook through my SignUpExpert link. You can easily find it in the description of this video.